Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Now then, before we begin the video, just a quick apology. I've not been posting up as many videos as I would have liked recently. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather for a few weeks, and to top it all off, I've acquired a cold from somewhere. So if I sound all flued up on the video, that's precisely the reason why. But anyway, apologies for not posting up as many videos as I normally would have done. Anyway, today's video, we're going to be looking at this. This has been very kindly donated to the channel by a mate of mine. For review, we're going to do an unboxing and a teardown on it. It's the B36-3 Ural transporter truck, and he's bought this to mount a WPL E1 tracked vehicle. I think it's called a G74 or something like that. But this is obviously based on a B36 tractor unit, and we've got basically a brand new trailer on this thing, and I believe, according to the box, we've got turn signals or indicators, and the back of the trailer moves up and down, which I didn't know about. But anyway, enough of the waffle. Let's crack the box open and see what we get inside. Right then, in the box we've got our instructions. We've got our ubiquitous WPL transmitter, and this looks to have several features on it. I'm pretty sure this switch on the side does something. Perhaps it raises and lowers the rear loading ramps. We've got a steering rate button and a channel 3 on it as well, so it's a little bit different to the normal ones. We've got a set of stickers. We have a bag of bits, and these have got another set of stickers in. A USB battery charger, some cab furniture, and what looks like a little adapter lead, probably to plug the trailer into the truck, I would imagine. We've got a little 2S battery, and these are pretty much the same on most WPLs. They've started using this new 4-pin JST connector on them though, so I'm not a fan of that. It just means if you've got any old 2-pin ones, you can't really use them. We've got the trailer itself. Now this actually came in 2 parts in the box. We've got the first part, the rear bit there, and the front bit. Now immediately, this is way larger than my desk, unfortunately. I'm going to have to get a bigger desk at this rate. There's a little bit of suspension on it, not much, but obviously you need to assemble these bits and pieces. These wires, I'm presuming, go to this little box here, and I would imagine there's a motor in there to raise and lower these, but we'll find out in a minute. And last but not least, we've got the actual tractor unit itself. I mean, this is classic B36, apart from, instead of having a comms box, we've got a plate for the articulated trailer. This is new as well, as is this here. There is, take you around here, there is the port for the electrics to the trailer, I'm presuming. And I believe this one's got lights, but we're about to find out in a minute. But apart from that, it's very similar. I think it's got the new, I think they come with that new counter-rotating gearbox and 360 motor. So this will have a reasonable amount of torque. Obviously the axles are all solid on these. But apart from that, apart from the motor and these bits, I mean, it's pretty much standard B36 fare. Anyway, what I might do is put the battery on charge, and let's try the trailer. Right then, the 2 halves of the trailer are together. That was super easy. There's only 4 screws that basically hold the 2 halves together. You just got to join them 2 little wires, I presume using the screws provided. They've got 2 little eyelets in the end, and you just basically make a contact using the screw. Hopefully there'll be enough juice in the battery that we can check the rear loading ramps. But I'll get the thing set up, put some batteries in the controller or transmitter, and we'll try it. Right, fortunately I think there's enough in the battery to try the trailer. The lights are activated on the top, but it's not a steering dual rate, by a long press on and off. And channel 3 is actually, as far as I can tell, the throttle dual rate, and that's a long press on and off as well between the 2 modes. I did have a little bit of problem, or a little bit of trouble getting the power lead to the trailer in, because the connector block inside the trailer was actually misaligned slightly, so I had a bit of a job getting that power lead in. But also the little toggle for the ramps, the little end bit there fell off as soon as I took it out of the box virtually, so might be worth bobbing a little bit of glue on that thing before it disappears into the ether. But if we toggle that switch, there we go, we can see that it lifts the ramps up at the back. Now I think I forgot to mention the price of this thing. I think it's on Banggood at the moment. Just excuse me, just over £100, which I think is probably about $120 approximately. So it's not the cheapest WPL in the world, but it's not like terribly expensive either, considering you get a decent sized trailer. I would have liked to have seen some sort of covering for the rear wheels here, because that might cause a little bit of trouble getting, or whatever it is. It might be all right with a tracked vehicle, but a wheeled vehicle might just bump along. I might have wanted to see some coverings there, some mud guards or something. But anyway, what I might do with this thing, I don't think I'm going to go and try it with the trailer on, because it can be really boring watching a video just trundling up and down with the trailer on. But I might just try it on the sofa of death, see what that new 370 motor's like in this thing. Right, my apologies to WPL. This is why it always pays to read the instructions. These little bits of plastic that you get in that bag of accessories actually sort of fit there on the trailer and would sort of help a vehicle loading on and off. So when I said, oh, it could do with some sort of a cover there, they've sort of thought of that and should have read the instructions. Right, let's give the tractor unit a test. So like I said in the other video, I'm not going to test it with the trailer on, because I think it'd be quite boring watching it trundle around. But this way, at least we can test what the tractor unit's like. And I think it's going to be pretty good, because it's obviously based on a B36. So I think it's going to be pretty good. We're going to test it on the sofa of death anyway, yeah, because it's raining outside and I've got a stinking cold and I don't really want to make it worse. But anyway, here goes. Let's try it. And it's got that 370 motor in it, so it should have decent core. Oh yeah, easy. Oh, it's like a goat, that thing, isn't it? So it's like coming back down. It's got decent modulation as well. It's pretty smooth. Okay, then now that we've had a quick rip round with this thing, I thought we'd drag it upstairs and just remove the cab and the bed off the back, just to see if there are any differences between this tractor unit and a normal B36. So that's precisely what I've done. I mean, obviously this bed that connects to the trailer is completely different and unique to the B36-3. You won't find it anywhere else on any of the other products. Now then, obviously the rear bumper is different as well, but there we can see well, it's a new motor and gearbox in it with the contra-rotating prop shaft. I think that's a 370 or 390 motor, and that would explain why this thing has got some, decent amount of crawl in it. But apart from that, it's pretty much a bog standard sort of B36. This board, I think, might be unique to this vehicle. I can't remember ever seeing it anywhere else on any other WPLs. I mean, it's WPL B5 has got written down on the back. But I think these little connector blocks here might be for indicators and stoplights and the like. So someone might be able to prove me wrong. We've also got three 3-pin connectors here. One's for the servo, one's for the loading ramps at the back, but you could just as easily use one for a winch, I'm surmising, because if I remember rightly, that little toggle switch there is used on a couple of transmitters for I've got one on my C74, and that controls the winch, so there's no reason why you couldn't use it to control a winch or something like that. Okay, then what do we think of the B36-3? Well, let's go for some good and bad points, shall we? There aren't many bad points, to be honest, because if you want a truck transporter in this sort of scale, there aren't many options available. WPL is pretty much the only one I can think of, actually, apart from converting a brooder truck of some description, but it'd end up being more mine than it's worth, I think. I have seen these things price-wise. I think they are a little bit spendy. I have seen these advertised for about 120, 130 quid, which I think is a bit much, really, considering that the actual trailer is just a bit of plastic, really, with a motor in it. And this is basically an ordinary B36 truck, so there's nothing special about it. I mean, they've updated the motor etc. and the bed, but apart from that, it's pretty much a bum basic B36. I have seen them on Banggood at one point on a flash deal for about 80-90 quid. I think that's pretty much bang on the money, to be honest. Really, that's not a bad price. So anyway, let's have some good points. I do like, although this is a model and it's like a truck transporter model, I'm not a massive fan usually of these sort of scale models. But at least with this B36-3, you can undo the trailer and you can use the tractor unit as a little trail truck, and it'll actually make a decent job of it. I mean, these are pretty good off-road, these are. Providing the scenery is scaled to the truck, they do a reasonable job of being an off-road truck. So that's one thing I did like about it, the fact that you can decouple the tractor unit and just go and use the tractor unit if you want. And I did appreciate the larger motor that WPL have stuck in this thing. I think it's a 390. It does give you a nice low-down crawl. I mean, I don't think they've improved the electronics on this board at all, but you get a nice low-down crawl, plenty of power. So yeah, it's not a bad little truck. Okay, then would I recommend the B36-3 Ural to you guys? And I'm going to say on the balance of things, yeah. Apart from the price, like I say, I wouldn't pay 120, 130 quid for it, but I definitely would pay 80, 90 pound for it. If it was just a model, a tractor trailer model, and you couldn't detach the tractor unit, then I'd probably say avoid it because it wouldn't be very interesting. But the fact that you can detach the tractor unit and you can go and toddle off and use the tractor unit off-road, I think that dual usage makes all the difference. So yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, this isn't a bad little truck at all from WPL. As ever, there will be a link in the description to where you can go and get this truck from. If you found the video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button for more similar future content. Once again, guys, apologies for the way I sound and possibly my dreary delivery, but I've got a stinking cold at the moment. But I should be back to full strength soon, hopefully. So anyway, once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again very soon.